This is a time for judgment. Welcome to today's show. Over the years, I've constantly talked about transitioning to eventually having your phone and having devices inside your body, technology. One of the reasons that they have technology such as the smartwatch, the iWatch that monitors your blood pressure, all these devices that have come out that monitor your health. They're using these things to persuade people and to desensitize them to eventually having this inside their body. Well, our friends over at the World Economic Forum are now promoting this new device, which is an RFID chip-induced device that will go on your body as a dressing. In other words, if you have a wound or a cut, instead of having a bandage wrap on you, you'll just use this RFID chip, which doesn't need to be battery operated because it'll be running off of the energy your body gives off on your body, and it'll be connected to your smartphone. So it just gets you one step closer to being connected to your device, or I should say having it inside of your body. And because it's so inconvenient to have a dressing or a cut or something like that, and to remove the bandage to see if it's healed, and then have to put the bandage back on if it's not. But they use mind control techniques like you'll hear in this clip, promoted by the World Economic Forum on their Instagram page. They used mind control techniques such as saying, hey, if you take your bandage off too early, you might get an infection. Oh, okay, so let's get the RFID chip on our body. Let's not worry about the ramifications of what the RFID chip could even be doing to your body by being on your skin and being connected to Wi-Fi. But of course, it's winning awards, being funded by the elites, because remember, their goal is to eventually be underneath your skin. Take a look at this RFID dressing/bandage.
Every time you take off the Band-Aid dressing, you're introducing new pathogens, you risk infections, you disrupt the tissue, slowing the healing process, and most importantly, it's very uncomfortable for the patients. It's painful. So with Smart Heal, you can see beneath the dressing without taking it off.
So you could see the mind control being used. It couldn't be more useless. Smart Heal, right? It could be stretched, washed, and reused, ladies and gentlemen, and needs no battery or power supply. Ooh la la, no battery. Oh my goodness. It'll be communicating with my phone or tablet wirelessly to tell me when my wound is healed. I mean, how people don't see what's going on. Again, it makes you want to pull your hair out. They continue to get people closer and closer. How much closer are they going to get? Well, I said the iPhone, they're eventually doing the eye lens, which is going to be your phone, which you're going to put like a contact lens on your eye. I covered this last year. I thought that's as close as you can get, and I think it is, but I mean, literally, they're doing everything they can to say, look, we need to be dependent on technology for our health. That's how they're using mind control, kind of like how they're using mind control with the climate. Right? Everything wrong is with the climate, but if we all just do the right thing, which is give up our rights and give up our freedoms, the world will live forever. It'll be wonderful. Well, with this, they're saying, hey, this will monitor every step you take, every breath you take, every move you make, every single thing that you do. And it'll save your life in the long run. That's what they've been telling people with this type of technology. Well, it'll save your life because it'll monitor your blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, if you're diabetic, it'll monitor that, your blood sugar, all these types of things. And with this, which honestly couldn't be more ridiculously pointless, some suckers are going to get it. And eventually, once they desensitize people to this type of technology in the next couple of years, this will be what doctors use at the hospitals, because of course the hospitals, as we know, are obviously in bed with these people. So all they have to do is say, kind of like they said, hey, you can't come to the hospital unless you get jabbed, beforehand or tested. You're not allowed to be admitted. Well, they'll say, hey, here, this is how we do bandages. You got cut by a nail and you need to get stitches or something like that. Well, this is how we wrap it. We don't do the other way. We just do this, and then it's monitored on your device because, again, one of the things that they've been pushing is that hospitals are overcrowded, right? That, people are going to the hospital and they just don't have time for the patients. It's all mind control. It's all bullcrap because nobody sees it going on in their towns, and no one saw it going on in their towns the last couple of years. And that's a fact. People were filming hospitals in major cities that were completely empty. So we all know that that's part of their bullcrap agenda and brainwashing agenda. But part of that too is to get people used to technology like this. So instead of going to the doctor to have the dressing removed and the stitches examined and all that stuff, well, with this device on you, we'll know exactly when you need to come. So you don't need to come multiple times. We don't need to come check on it and then have you come back 2 weeks later. And these are ways that they're going to brainwash people into this type of tech. And then eventually, after this technology, what do we see? Well, we'll see this eventually. Oh, well, do you know that we can put inside your body? It's just one little shot inside you take a little shot and, and all this stuff will be in you and will monitor you and your health. And you'll never have to worry and you'll be connected to the internet. And don't think that conspiracy theorists will say that we're tracking you and we're using it for mind control and you're connected to the 5G and and you're literally a walking Bluetooth. And we've already seen people who have tried to, debunk and deflect off of people connecting to Wi-Fi now because they have Bluetooth in them. And they can't debunk it because there are people who have been connecting. So Smart Heal will also be able to detect infection. Ooh, right? These are just tactics, again, to get people to go, wow, this is really great. We need this. They'll tell people with chronic wounds, when it's time to change the dressing because they can't figure it out on their own. And, they have to use fear like, oh, the infection. Deadly infection might occur if you take the dressing off too early. Oh, what are the odds of that? 1 in a million? You take the dressing off and your wound isn't healed and then you just you redress it? I mean, really? But, there's suckers born every minute. They'll fall for all of this stuff. And again, it's a society dependent on technology. That's what they've created.
Surveillance was mainly above the skin. Now it's going under the skin. Going under the skin. Going under the skin. Governments want to know not just where we go or who we meet. Above all, they want to know what is happening under our skin. What's our body temperature? What's our blood pressure? What is our medical condition? Now humans are developing even bigger powers than ever before. We are really acquiring divine powers of creation and destruction. We are really upgrading humans into gods. We are acquiring, for instance, the power to re-engineer life. Humans are now hackable animals. The whole idea that humans have, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. Free will, that's over. Free will, that's over.